Oh, let's play this Jeff Sessions thing because this is also...
you want horrifying images?
This is somewhat comedic. I mean, look. I'll tell you what's fascinating about this, right? So Jeff Sessions has some priors as he enters into the opioid, or, just in broadly speaking, Jeff Sessions has some prior beliefs in which that's what they refer to it. You enter into a study of something and you come with your prior beliefs. Sometimes it's really hard to let them go. Now, for Jeff Sessions, he will always be able to maintain his deep belief that white people are significantly superior to all other races and that all other races are inferior. But here he is. He also has a long time standing problem with marijuana because apparently it loosens the cohesion of groups like the KKK.
It lessens his opinion of the Klan. He was very disappointed to find out that they were indulging in the Negro's devil stick.
The problem is that when you are smoking a spliff, you could potentially burn in your hood. The whole key on a good hood is just to have eye holes.
That's not safe,
a mouth
gentlemen.
hole. When you put the mouth hole in, it starts to look cartoonish. So try to maintain some integrity and decorum. All right, so here he is at the Heritage Foundation. Now, look. The opioid epidemic in this country, how it started, is really no longer controversial. There are a lot of facts out there. You can go back to the last time I was in Las Vegas and talking to a couple of lawyers who are going to be suing the opioid distributors in particular, who had some statutory obligations to inform the DEA of what was going on. Other people are talking about suing the manufacturers who claim that their new brand of opioids were not addictive, and so on. These stories are quite uncontroversial. And apparently Jeff Sessions has been introduced to them, but he still, even though he acknowledges that his very own experts say this, I got a hunch it might be something else. Here it is.
My goal for 2018 is to see a further decline. We had a 7% decline last year in actual prescriptions of opioids. We think doctors are just prescribing too many. We're just prescribing too many. Sometimes you just need to take 2 Bufferin or something and go to bed. But not these pills become so addictive. And a DEA said that a huge percentage of the heroin addiction starts with prescriptions. That may be an exaggerated number. They had it as high as 80%.
Pause it. Now the DEA, right? The body tasked in our government with making this determination. The experts. Now maybe Jeff Sessions has gone deep into this topic. Maybe he's gotten a PhD in this topic. But his own DEA says 80% of the explosion of heroin is a function of opioid addiction that starts with pills. The pills become impossible to get at one point because you've been doctor shopping or you've been pharmacy shopping, or they become more expensive, or there have been, over the past couple of years, more controls put on this, higher measure of criteria. And so what you do is you get heroin because it's cheaper and it's more available on the street because there's a whole black market involved in this. And like I say, this is not controversial. These are DEA numbers, but guess what? Jeff Sessions has a different idea.
I don't believe your Jew narrative.
They had it as high as 80%. We think a lot of this is starting with marijuana and other drugs too, but we'll see what the facts show. But we need to reduce the prescription abuse and hopefully reduce the addiction that's out there.
The facts show? Really?
Yeah, well, the facts show.
That's what you're going with?
Like the DEA's, maybe the DEA is coming up with this 80% number by just like, we got a dartboard and we just put different percentages on it and we just bam, 80%.
No, he got them from a very important new report called Reefer Madness. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a documentary. It's very good.
I love that though. He just literally elevated his sort of like old prejudices and gut instinct over evidence, and then said
from the DEA,
from his own.
This is not like
it's not
this
from
is
the
not
marijuana
from, the marijuana growers of America.
Right.
This is
the
Drug Enforcement Agency.
Yeah.
Learn from the best.
DEA, soft on drugs, soft on Jews. That's what he calls it behind closed doors.
Yep, there you go.
No, but seriously, I mean that is actually just an incredible
stunning, right?
verbal process there. They're here are the facts. I don't really buy it because I've got these prejudices. So we're gonna have to wait to see what the facts say.
Yep. we're gonna have to do a little work on the facts. I think we're gonna have to.
I mean, he basically just choreographed the entire process of the Republican Party's modern decision making.
We know that there's global warming, but we're going to need to, because I actually think it's God. Yeah. And so we need to get the facts.
So we're going to need to have the facts catch up with that.
We're going to have to like massage some things. So like when we say Godble warning.
Well, this was the story in the Washington Post about Representative Lamar Smith, who chairs the House Science Committee, threatened to cut federal funding for the World Health Organization's cancer research arm over its finding that the weed killer Roundup likely causes cancer.
Well, now we need to no. Okay, so the World Health Organization says Roundup causes cancer.
Exaggerated.
And I say that it's too much masturbation. And so we need to figure out what the facts are. And so we need to go through some type of situation.
Go through the data. Hopefully less masturbating will be happening. If I've always said as Attorney General, if less Guatemalans vote and less people are touching themselves, I will have been a success.